That's hurricane season essentially, and we are right in the peak of it. September 10th is the peak of hurricane season. Idalia, now here's the latest satellite imagery as of this morning. 4 a.m. the National Hurricane Center putting out that it has sustained winds at 75 miles per hour, wind gusts at 90 miles per hour, as it is now north of Cuba by 85 miles, the center of this storm, and it is approaching Florida throughout the day today and into Wednesday. In fact, landfall is going to be expected early Wednesday morning near the Horseshoe Beach area along the Big Bend region. But again, any shift in this pattern could, or in this cone, could change who sees some of the biggest impacts. Of course, that right front quadrant of the landfalling hurricane is where we're going to see the greatest storm surge, the strongest winds, but all of Florida expecting some heavy rainfall as well. So this storm is moving quickly across the Gulf. You can see it there Wednesday 1 a.m. so early Wednesday morning, reaching that category 3 strength. So likely undergoing rapid intensification between now and Wednesday morning, and then of course making landfall before Wednesday afternoon and weakening as it does so, but still staying tropical storm strength, strong tropical storm, as it does impact the Carolinas and move off the coast. So one of the reasons why this storm is moving north is we've got these steering winds, right? It is going to interact with some wind shears that approaches Florida, so that may weaken it just a bit, or at least keep it at category 3 instead of continuing to strengthen. But this low right here that brought our weak cold front technically is what's steering the wind in between that low and the high, taking it north toward Florida instead of anywhere else in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's going to be those steering winds that will keep it away from Texas. In fact, we've got much drier air coming into the coastal bend, especially for Thursday and Friday. Very dry conditions for us. We'll have to watch what Idalia does as this high pressure slides back toward the west. It may kind of hang out in the Atlantic and turn back toward Florida. But for now, what we are seeing when it comes to swell, about 8 feet up to 12, 14 feet right at the center of that storm. And so essentially it is going to produce some swell that will head toward the Texas coast. Right now it's looking that we may see 2 to 3 foot waves, but our periods are going to increase. The stronger activity will of course be closer to Florida and with some really high waves out that direction. But for us, it's going to be longer periods, and that in turn will lead to the potential for coastal flooding and strong rip current risk. So 9 to 11 seconds there. Your period Wednesday and Thursday, 2 to 3 feet. And additionally, on top of that, we are going to see a full moon, which does sometimes increase our tides as well. So there is a risk for some coastal flooding, but it looks fairly minor at this point, mostly just our beaches and driving conditions there on the beach. So high tide tomorrow is going to be at 1:01 at Bob Paul Pier.